So, UFC Fight Night Smith versus Rakic takes place this weekend, and I would like to bring you my predictions for the full card, beginning with the early prelim opener at welterweight of Sean Brady versus Christian Aguilera. 12-0 Sean Brady taking on a 14-6 Christian Aguilera. Sean Brady looked fantastic in his last fight against Ismail Nordiev. Fight before that dominated Court McGee. He's looked dominant throughout his career. I feel like Nordiev is the better striker than Aguilera, understands footwork, understands distance. Sean Brady had no problem taking that fight to the floor. Christian Aguilera, again, I don't feel as though he poses enough of a threat to gain Sean Brady's respect early on the feet. And similarly, I don't think Sean Brady's going to have difficulty taking this fight to the floor. It's an easy path to success for Sean Brady. I think he gets it done. Moving on to the women's strawweight division, Polyana Viana takes on Emily Whitmire. Polyana Viana, she's coming off a 3-fight losing streak. Many people don't agree with that. Many people believe that she beat Hannah Cifers. That fight went to split decision. It was a just decision, the right decision. It was a close fight. Could have gone either way. Polyana Viana, I like her in this fight. I think she's got better striking. She has the reach advantage. She was a 2015 female Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion. Emily Whitmire experiences it in her favour, 4-3. Relies a lot on taking a lot of her opponents down and just outworking them on the ground, transitioning, landing a lot of shots, not particularly significant strikes, just trying to get the total strike numbers up. I feel like Polyana gets this one done. Moving on to Polyana Viana. Polyana Viana gets it done. For some reason, I started doubting that decision then. I don't know why, but Polyana Viana gets it done. Moving on to the men's featherweight division, Alex Caceres versus Giga Chikadze. I feel like Alex Caceres, I've betted against him too many times. And I know it's justifiable because he has a very inconsistent win-to-loss ratio, right? He's one of those guys, he'd win one and lose two. He hasn't got any sort of streak since 2016, and I believe that was only a 2-fight streak. I could be wrong. I don't rate Chikadze's wins. I really don't. I just feel like, Caceres, he has the advantage. He's fought the better competition. He's very unorthodox on the feet, a lot of flashy strikes. I feel like Caceres gets this one done. Moving on, Alessio De Chirico takes on Zach Cummins. Zach Cummins, he beat Trevin Giles not too long ago, looked good in that fight. He's a little bit on the older side, 36 years old. A lot of the stats are very, very even. There's something that's drawing me towards Alessio, and I'm not sure what it is. Alessio showed a fantastic chin. He showed he's very accurate with his strikes. He's very good at that cumulative damage, lands a lot of strikes. I feel like he might break Zach Cummins a little bit, and there's just something that's pulling me towards Alessio. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I'm going with Alessio De Chirico. Moving on to women's strawweight, again, Mallory Martin takes on Hannah Cifers. I'm going with Mallory Martin. Hannah Cifers, she's not really looked too good. She's struggled a lot in her fights. Mallory Martin, she's the younger of the two. Again, it's very similar to the Alessio situation. There's something that's drawing me towards Mallory Martin, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I just feel like she goes in there and she gets it done. I don't know what the betting odds look like for this fight. I'm going to go with Mallory Martin. I think Mallory Martin gets it done. Moving on to the featured fight of the prelims, Maki Pitolo takes on Impa Kasanganay. Impa Kasanganay, he's turning around very, very quickly off of Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. He lost to Darren Stewart via guillotine in the first round. I feel as though Kasanganay he's struggled with his opponents. Every fight's looked difficult for him. I don't feel like he's much of a finisher either. I don't feel like he poses a lot of a finishing threat. And Maki Pitolo, again, he has the experience. I feel like he's going to go out there. He's going to be patient. He's going to pick his shots. He's going to slowly break Kasanganay down. And I feel like he could get Kasanganay out of there in the third round or maybe via decision. I don't know. But I'm going with Maki Pitolo for that fight. Kasanganay, again, I like Kasanganay. I really like Kasanganay. He's turned around very, very quickly. It's not as though he has an easy ride on the Contender Series. Again, as I say, he's struggled against a lot of his opponents. He's made all of his fights look very difficult, and that he's really, really had to push for the win in a lot of his fights. hasn't presented me with anything that really makes me think he's going to go out there and get it done against Maki Pitolo. So I'm going with Pitolo. Moving on to the main card opener of Magomed Ankalaev versus Ion Cutelaba 2. Remember, in the first fight, one of the worst reffing decisions I've ever seen. Got to be up there with John Jones versus Matt Hamill. I went with Ion Cutelaba in the first fight. I think he gets it done exactly how I thought he would get it done in the first fight. I feel like Magomed Ankalaev, he's going to fall into that trap, that brawl world that Cutelaba wants you in. I feel like Cutelaba comes over with that massive right haymaker, catches Ankalaev. Could see a first round TKO occurring here without a doubt. Ankalaev, he's good. He's very good. Don't get me wrong. He is definitely a light heavyweight prospect. Obviously, the finish against Dauchi Lungiambala front kicked his chin into the rafters of the arena. Looked very good in that fight in the grappling department as well, against a highly touted judo practitioner in Dauchi Lungiambala, who has a lot of power. Lungiambala did catch him at one point in the fight, but he recovered well. Obviously, went on to do what he did. Ankalaev did get submitted by Paul Craig. Again, many people have fallen into the Paul Craig triangle trap. I feel like Cutelaba gets it done. Cutelaba does have good grappling as well. He showcased that against Khalil Roundtree. That's how he went on to win that fight. I feel like Cutelaba gets it done. I feel like Ankalaev falls into that trap. He gets drawn into that brawl, and Cutelaba catches him. Moving on to the featherweight division, Ricardo Lamas takes on Bill Algeo. I feel like, obviously, this was supposed to be against Ryan Hall. The fight fell through. They've thrown Ricardo Lamas a bum by the looks of things. Ricardo Lamas, he's been in there with the best of them. He's been around the block for a while. I don't even feel like I could muster myself to pick against Ricardo Lamas. I'm going with Ricardo Lamas. It feels like a fairly easy pick. Moving on to the women's flyweight division, Ji Young Kim takes on Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso, she's coming up from women's strawweight. We all know the talent pool there is much deeper. She's faced a better competition. I know that Ji Young Kim, she nearly submitted Carla Esparza via armbar, I believe. But I feel like Alexa Grasso, again, you're coming from a talent-rich division. The women's flyweight hasn't got that. It's not as depth. It's not there. I just feel as though Alexa Grasso gets this one done against Ji Young Kim. Moving on to the co-main event, welterweight division, Robbie Lawler takes on Neil Magny. Again, I feel as though I'm past the point with Robbie Lawler where I can pick him. He's lost how many fights in a row now? Doesn't look the same anymore. I know he's 38 years old. Hasn't had a finish since he fought Ellenberger, I want to say, and that was via body shot, wasn't it? And again, Neil Magny obviously has like the 6-inch reach advantage, has like the 3 or 4 inches of height over Robbie Lawler. I'm going to go with Neil Magny. I think he'll just sort of touch Robbie Lawler up. I think he'll outpoint Robbie Lawler. Going to go with Magny via decision, I think. Now, finishing off with the light heavyweight main event in Anthony Smith versus Alexander Rakic. Alexander Rakic got robbed in his last fight. Got absolutely robbed in his last fight against Volkan Oezdemir. Should have won that fight. Obviously, we saw what he did to Jimmy Manoa in 45, 46 seconds into the first round. Just head kicked Jimmy Manoa to fuck. Just destroyed him. I feel like Alexander Rakic gets this one done. Anthony Smith, I know he beat Gustafsson, which of course is always a notable win, but it was at that point where Gustafsson didn't want to fight anymore. Before he came back to heavyweight against Fabricio Verdum, he didn't want to fight anymore at that point. And again, you look at who Anthony Smith beat on his run up into getting dominated by John Jones. I mean, he beat Shogun Hua, which is Shogun Hua, and Rashad Evans, which is Rashad Evans. I just feel as though Smith isn't quite on the level of Rakic. I don't know how Rakic gets it done, but I'm going with Rakic. I'm going with Rakic. So that's going to wrap up my predictions for this weekend's card. Anthony Smith versus Alexander Rakic. Let me know, as always, in the comments, what you think will happen with this card. Let me know your picks. If you disagree with any of the picks that I've gone with, I've got the hiccups. Fuck. Let me know what you think is going to happen on this card, the picks that you're going to go with. Make sure to like. Always fantastic. Lets me know that you enjoy the content I'm putting out. Be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications so you never miss an upload. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.